Booksville was the coolest place ever. It was a tiny village with colorful houses. They looked like a rainbow had exploded on them. Every house had a different color: red, blue, yellow, green, you name it. The streets were made of cobblestones. In the center of the village was a big fountain. Kids loved to throw coins in it and make wishes. Around the fountain were flower beds. The air always smelled sweet because of them. The best part of Booksville was all the bookshops. There were so many, big ones, small ones, and even a tiny one in a treehouse. But the coolest person in Booksville was a girl named Lila.
She was 11 years old and super curious. Lila loved books more than anything in the world. She was always ready for her next adventure.
One sunny day, Lila skipped to her favorite bookshop. It was called The Dusty Tome. The shop was really old and kind of creaky, but Lila loved it. She pushed open the heavy wooden door. A little bell jingled to say hello. The smell of old books filled her nose.
"Hello, Lila," he said with a smile. "I've got something special for you today."
Lila's eyes lit up.
Mr. Whiskers handed Lila a very old book. It was big and heavy. The cover was made of soft brown leather. There was no title on it, just some weird swirly patterns.
Lila opened it carefully. The pages were yellow and crinkly. As Lila flipped through the book, something fell out. Clunk! It hit the floor. It was a key, but not just any key. Lila's heart started to beat faster. Lila stared at the key in wonder. It felt warm in her hand.
"Oh my!" he exclaimed. "I've been waiting years for someone to find that."
Lila was confused.
"Follow me," he said with a mischievous grin.
They went to the very back of the shop. There was an old bookshelf there. Mr. Whiskers pushed it aside. Behind it was a small wooden door. It had a keyhole that matched Lila's key perfectly. Lila's hands shook with excitement as she put the key in. The door swung open. Lila gasped. Beyond it was the most amazing sight ever. It was another bookshop. Books were flying through the air like birds. Lila stepped inside, her mouth open in awe.
I couldn't believe my eyes or ears. A talking cat.
I'm Whiskers, and I'm here to guide you through this magical place.
Lila's surprise turned to excitement. A magical bookshop and a talking cat. This was the best day ever.
This bookshop has been waiting for you, Lila. Only those with a true love of books and a brave heart.
Lila felt proud.
Now, we have some challenges to face. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Whiskers smiled a cat smile.
Good, because to find the treasure of this magical bookshop, you must pass 3 tests. Each one will test your wit, your courage, and your love of books. Let's begin.
The first challenge was in a room full of floating books. They zoomed around like crazy.
What has pages but no words, a spine but no bones?
Lila thought hard, then it hit her.
A blank book.
The books froze in midair. A path opened up. Lila grinned. 1 down, 2 to go. The second challenge was in a musical room. Instruments of all kinds lined the walls. In the center was a grand piano.
Play the song of the books.
Lila noticed book titles on the keys. She pressed them in order. The Cat in the Hat. A beautiful melody filled the room. The door to the next challenge opened. For the final challenge, Lila faced a huge, glowing bookcase.
Every book is a new adventure.
Lila's eyes were as big as saucers. The room was filled with books of every size and color. Some glowed, some floated, and some even seemed to be talking. In the center of the room was a pedestal. On it sat a book that outshone all the others. It was bound in starlight, and its pages were made of moonbeams.
This book is for you. It's the Book of Endless Stories.
Lila carefully picked up the book. She opened it and gasped. The pages were blank, but as she thought of her favorite story, words began to appear. Lila hugged the book to her chest. This was better than any treasure she could have imagined. Suddenly, the room filled with light.
Congratulations! You're the new guardian of the magical bookshop.
Lila couldn't stop smiling. This was the beginning of the biggest adventure of her life.